everybody? Welcome to another awesome episode of Harm's Way Podcast. I'm your host, Craig. Across from me, as always, is my brother, Eric. Eric, how you doing today?
Doing great. I don't know where I was going with that.
Just great. We're doing just
doing great. It was a long week. What you said earlier about you feel like when the weather gets cold, your body just shits the bed.
I'm just busted. I feel like I got tackled by Brian Urlacher.
It got harder.
And he sack tapped me after
It got harder and harder and harder to get out of bed each day of this week. And I felt it. I don't know why. And I didn't know why, but yeah, it's probably the weather.
Old age.
We get another one of those temperature drops and whatnot.
Snowed earlier. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
It's nice to see.
It's pretty.
Took the dog out. Didn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, he was all wet. I was petting him earlier.
Yeah. But,
we need to issue some retractions.
This is the longest stretch. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. This is the longest stretch it goes from show to show. Because I feel like
felt really long this week.
I feel like when we go after today and then the Sunday episode and then the Tuesday, I feel like we're doing nothing but shows. But then that Tuesday to Saturday show, it feels like we just don't do shit. Yeah. I don't know if we should try and throw in a fourth. I mean, I feel like content-wise, we're still figuring some shit out. Yeah, retraction. Okay. I'll go ahead and eat crow on this one. This was...
Eat crow?
Yeah. What's the...
I've never heard that phrase before.
You never heard that phrase?
No.
Eat crow. Isn't that... Somebody, again, back me up on this. I don't know if I'm showing my age by using that or what. My brother just stared at me like I'm fucking stupid.
I never heard that.
Eat crow? Yeah. I believe it's when you... It's like putting your foot in your mouth, like that. Like, you said something fucked up. And you probably made for retractions, honestly, but...
You forget
Russell
where you were?
Eldridge, okay?
Russell Eldridge? What the fuck?
Russell Dickerson.
You're having a goddamn stroke or something. I'm starting to worry about you.
Russell Dickerson, okay, is not... This is how stupid I am, okay? We proved from that episode that our...
This was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, 2 episodes
We completely forgot to talk about it
I know.
last time. Even though you told me beforehand, I was like, oh yeah, we need to talk about that.
Our extent and our extent of our knowledge for country music is pretty good. But I completely shit the bed on this one. Russell Dickerson is not who I severely dislike. So that episode...
You fucking ripped him apart.
You have to take his name out and insert Walker Hayes. Okay? I severely dislike Walker Hayes. I think he is who we were talking about, the guys that step into country music for the clout and absolutely do not have the vocals or anything to back it up. He did that stupid song about the Wendy's and Burger King or something. I don't know. Something about a fucking Frosty, which to me is a dog shit fucking dessert.
Applebee's on a date.
Yeah, that song.
That's the most white trash song ever.
Yeah, 100%. I'm so glad you've heard that. Okay, so Russell Dickerson,
Just like
I
you,
do like.
you
He has
to
one song that I don't like out right now. Other than that, he's got a lot of bangers, and I know he's been around for a while. Walker Hayes, I don't know what fucking rock hole, shithole he crawled out of, but I really don't like the guy. His interviews are shit. His music is shit. He doesn't write his own shit. I'll probably end up doing a retraction about that too, because somebody will be like, "Oh, you wrote this song in 2007." Like, fuck you, I don't care. All right, that Applebee's song, dog shit.
I hate it.
Absolute dog shit.
It's just, you listen to it and you're like, wow, what a fucking loser.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, he performed that on New Year's Rockin' Eve. Mm. And I was so embarrassed for him because it was like all these like mega artists and like super weird, like the who are the Korean lesbians. Those people were like performing.
Well, it's also in Times Square.
BTS, yeah.
It's also in Times Square. Right?
I think
the Korean lesbians.
Yeah, BTS. Isn't that who they are? They're Korean lesbians, right?
I don't know. I don't think they are. I thought they were all dudes.
Those are not dudes.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
I'm looking up right now.
Let's see, what pisses me off is you're performing that in Times Square. Hundreds of thousands of people who probably don't listen to country music. So all that does is kind of inflame the whole stereotype of...
That's not even country music.
This is... Yeah, but like they're going to think that.
And there's a gay little dance to it.
They're going to think, oh, this is country music. Bunch of white trash motherfuckers. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays to the the stereotype. That's what I don't like about modern country music singers.
Yeah, it's not even a country song. It's
is the
more
people
like
that hate it? They hate it based on that music.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. I know you're gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's like what I was trying to say is it's the exact wrong person that you should have as a spokesperson in that environment.
And he's eating it up though, because now he's rich and famous, probably got a 6-figure deal, if not more, and he's just like all he's doing is performing shitty songs.
Yeah.
So that's what we're against. Again, neither one of these people are ever gonna listen to this fucking show. But Russell, I'm sorry. I feel weird saying that.
Russell will forgive.
Maybe. I feel bad because he's like a family man and like he's just a good, like, wholesome dude. And I completely fucking shit the bed by flipping those two people. And the one song he does sing that I don't like, it just came out like not too long ago. So, and I'm sure I'll probably flip on it next summer when it gets overplayed like a fucking Luke Bryan song. But yeah, that Walker Hayes song, we've just been mouth fucked for the last almost year, whenever that came out, and it's just like been booty shorts and bomber glasses, people dancing around to this stupid fucking bullshit song. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's because the audience is mostly 14-year-olds and middle-aged white women.
That's all you need apparently to be famous nowadays, Eric. You need. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Anyway,
teenagers, but yeah.
There's the other thing about Aaron Carter.
Oh,
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it until I was editing.
Yeah,
the video,
I don't know what made me say Nick. Probably
said,
because I was still caught off guard by the fact that interview I watched with Aaron before he kicked the bucket was talking about his brother being a huge rapist, which again may or may not be true. And I'm like, no, the guy, he had Backstreet Boys. But then when you think about it, like those are usually the rapists. We don't need to go into it again, but. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I flipped them. I'm an idiot. I cannot say that 100% of the time everything that comes out of my mouth is 100% spot on. You know that more than anybody. But yeah,
that's why I ask you to look shit up.
Yeah, nobody does that.
Because you mixed up Nick and Aaron. It's like, okay, whatever. That's anybody could do that or whatever.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, that you're not going to know by looking.
You're mixing up names.
Okay. You're just going to fuck.
But then
that
there's
up.
some things that it's like you stated as fact, and it's like, sure about that.
I say everything is fact.
We should look it up.
That's
why
our
I ask
thing.
you to look shit up.
Because then we're
and
wrong.
You gotta fucking fight me on everything.
Because that's what we do, Eric. We're Harmons. We fucking bury our hill and then stand on it and fight to death. That's
bury our hill.
And it doesn't make sense, but that's what we fucking do.
Like we're some kind of twisted gopher or some shit.
One of two things is going to happen. People are going to be like, these guys are passionately correct. Or they're going to be like, they're fucking stupid. They have no idea what they're talking about. But the passion is still there. And with passion...
And the result...
comes respect.
Is engagement.
And weird stains. What?
I thought about that the other day. I was like, well, even if you're wrong about something, somebody calls you out on it, that's engagement, right?
Yeah, but that's not what I want to be known for.
Whatever.
I just like, sometimes I like arguing, but I don't like arguing about things that I don't like playing devil's advocate if it's stuff that I'm passionate about. I like playing devil's advocate just to fuck around if it's something I really don't care about. But I don't know, I like putting myself...
Do you have trouble admitting that you're wrong?
To me?
Yeah.
Do you fucking know what my last name is? Yes.
Stop fucking... Jesus Christ. You're going to turn our family name into a fucking stereotype.
It already is, bro. No. I take that back. No. In recent years, I will admit when I'm wrong. To anybody but my wife. I'm just kidding. You what?
I think that's a good quality to have. Especially like my experience working full time. Like, met a lot of people who don't or can't admit that they're fucking wrong.
Yeah.
And that shit gets old quick, and I don't really respect those people.
Well, you're talking about things that you can argue that are black and white and right and wrong. The things I'm talking about, I like arguing, are like pointless fucking shit that.
Well, you have stuff that's fact versus opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. You have when you get the facts wrong, admit it and move on. Opinion, okay, yeah, you can argue opinion. You might change your opinions. But I've dealt with people even that, like, they walk around acting like they can do no wrong. Their opinion's always right, and it's like it's something that's it's something that's subjective and that can be argued. And I don't really care for people.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. No, I don't like those people either. I try not to be those people. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yes, nowadays in my more mature self, I got no problem admitting when I'm wrong. Especially if I'm wrong, you know. Growing up though, we didn't. It was different. I didn't like to be wrong, even if I was, you know, blatantly wrong, and there was plenty of facts or evidence to show that I was wrong. I would still argue. But no, there's nothing wrong with being wrong. I mean, unless you're forcing your shit on other people, which I don't like.
The holier than thou attitude. That's what I'm getting at.
No.
My opinion that can be completely argued. You know, that it's subjective shit that there's no right answer.
Yeah.
But these people always have the right. I always have the right answer. I'm always right. I can't stand those people.
No. Those people, there's a special spot in hell for them, and there's no. Those people are the opposite of progress, which is what we don't need. We obviously need progress, but.
So I'm gonna tell you a story about what happened at work. So we recently, we had a department that made wooden doors.
Yeah.
Wooden versions of our products.
We did too when I worked in garage doors.
Yeah, I guess I could just say garage doors. Anyway.
Oh shit, my bad. I thought we've said it before.
We've said it jokingly, but not.
Well, how's it a joke to be a part of garage doors?
Never mind.
I work on garage doors.
Get into it later. No. Never mind. Okay, we've just said it like jokingly before that didn't like put it in the context of. Anyway. So we have this department that made the wooden products or whatever. Well, they recently moved all that to a different location.
Okay.
We have another plant that does it too. So they basically consolidated and said this plant's going to do the wooden shit. So we're not doing it anymore. So shitloads of leftover wood. Like tens of thousands of dollars worth of leftover wood.
Oh no.
And I don't know how it happened, but people started claiming bundles of wood and pallets of wood and shit. Their names started appearing on bundles of wood and shit. I think what it was like the department supervisor or whatever. People were like, "Oh, I got dibs on that." He's like, "All right." And you start putting their name on shit. Anyway, they started divvying up all this shit. And there's this room. It's like an auxiliary room that's got some stuff in it. I'm not going to say what. Anyway, it's located like centrally in the building. And sometimes I'll use it as a pass-through if I'm going to the wood department. I'll use it as a pass-through. Other than that, stop picking your fucking nose.
Bro, I had a giant hanger in there. I'm sorry.
Anyway, aside from me and my line techs, there's no reason for anybody to go in that room.
Yeah.
Ever. So people stay out of it. I never see anybody in there. I never see anybody coming out of there and whatnot. Well, I go to walk through there this week, and what was I gonna say? I go to walk through there this week, and in there is a giant pallet that's got all the mahogany wood on it. Mahogany's expensive as fuck.
Yeah, I know.
And I was pissed off because I was like, this is not a personal storage place. We have equipment in there that we use and shit. Important stuff. I was like, this is not a personal fucking storage locker for people.
Mahogany
especially
closet.
People that are claiming fucking free wood.
How's it free, though? That's what I don't get.
I'll get to that in a minute. Guess whose fucking name was on it? You guessed it. The fucking production manager that nobody can stand.
Oh, God.
And I saw it and I thought, yep, his name would be on it. And I'm thinking, why the fuck is it hidden in here? So I took a picture of it and sent it to my boss. I said, I need this, get this the fuck out of that room. This is not somebody's personal storage locker. Well, apparently, I heard that the wood was supposed to be divvied up through a lottery. And when I heard that, I went, ooh, this looks like fraud. Or at the very least, very unethical. That
Oh my god.
a pallet, $1,000 worth of wood on it, most expensive, desirable shit we have. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, they tried to hide it in that room. Like, why didn't they just leave it? It had plastic wrapped around it and everything. I was like, why didn't they just leave it out on the floor with all the other shit? I was thinking, oh, maybe because they thought somebody would start, pulling pieces from it or something like that.
Do you replace it with pine?
But then I was thinking about it, and when I heard it was a lottery system, I was like, ooh. So you're telling me, just by chance, the most expensive pallet of shit came up with his name on it?
Oh god.
But what happened was we have tracking systems and everything, and all that wood hasn't even been like removed from the system yet. And apparently, I found out they weren't supposed to be divvying it up because we didn't know yet what we were allowed to do with it.
Yeah.
So I think people just started calling dibs on shit. And the supervisor was like, all right, yeah, whatever. Sequestering wood for people, putting their names on it and stuff. I don't know. I was told it was supposed to be a lottery. I don't know if that's true either. But I just thought it was fucked up and really suspicious that it was squirreled away in that room that nobody goes into. And it had his name on it.
So what'd you do with Hitler's wood?
I don't know where it is. I told my manager, I said, this shit needs to be gone immediately. And he said, I'll take care of it. And it was moved immediately. I don't know where it is.
To his truck, probably.
No. My boss? No. What he did was...
If your boss is who I'm thinking of, I'm not going to say it. Go ahead.
My boss is not the guy whose name was on it.
That's not what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Anyway, he took care of it. It was moved out of there. And then he went around and took everybody's name off the bundles because they weren't supposed to be doing that anyway. But I saw that and I thought, man, you fucking bastards.
Yeah.
You fucking bastards. That's like $1,000 worth of wood that he's not going to use. He's going to turn around and pocket the money. And I thought, fuck you, you motherfucker.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
That could have been... I don't know. There's people that are going to use it for like home projects and shit, and then there's people that aren't going to use it for anything. They're going to turn around and hog it. Fuck, dude, there was like
I don't understand why he gets the most expensive cut though, because
fraud.
He's what'd you say he is? A manager?
He's the manager over that portion of the factory.
So it's a pretty big job. He probably gets paid a good amount of money.
We've speculated not speculated.
To do a shit
I heard
job.
From somebody he gets paid about $180K a year.
So yeah, okay, so he's that fucking scumbag.
That's why I think he's
a shit
That's
job.
why I looked at this whole thing and I was like, man, you motherfucker. Because like if it was a lottery, maybe it could have, maybe somebody else would have taken it. They would have actually used it, or they would have hawked. I would have rather $1,000 go to somebody working on the assembly line than this fucking rich prick that's about to retire.
Poor guy. I call him Hitler.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know for sure.
I'd have fucking burned it.
I thought about it. I thought about bringing in lighter fluid, taking it out to the boneyard, and just lighting it the fuck up.
But that would have been my draw the line in the sand, staring down the whole fucking time.
The thing is, I don't know if there was a lottery. I don't know if people just started calling dibs. So I don't know how that played out. And the thing is, we don't know what we can do with it. They might, somebody.
Well, that's what I mean. That's a bit
somebody from corporate might call and be like, "No, bundle it up,
for everybody to jump on.
Send it to the other plant. It's worth it."
Because they did the same shit at the one place I worked at with copper and aluminum. Because they were closing down one of the buildings. One of the buildings was filled with maintenance supplies and basically scrap. And full well that a company's not gonna. Companies become companies because they don't give shit away for free. So everybody knew, and everybody started filling their fucking truck beds with scrap. And finally, it took the plant manager to come out and be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" And they made everybody unload the shit because people were taking copper, aluminum, the scrap steel, thick scrap steel. It was dumb. One guy went home to get his trailer, and everybody said the same. People we were just asking, what makes you think they're gonna get? Oh, we're closing the building down. That doesn't fucking matter.
Well, like we make products that don't, they have defects and shit, and they get scrapped, and it can be quite a bit of scrap. Like we get money back for that.
That's the thing. A company's gonna squeeze
when it's
every
that
little
much.
penny.
When it's that much, they're gonna take it. They're gonna recoup it. If it was something that was like happened once in a blue moon and it was $400, it's like have a fucking pizza party or something.
You remember when we worked at the same place?
But
if you were to buy scrap, they would still charge you. We worked for them, and they would still. They'd give us a cheap.
I paid for mine.
Yeah.
The managers didn't.
Yeah.
Fucker had a running list of shit he had taken over like the last year, and I'm like, are you ever gonna pay for it? He kept track of what he owed for it. I was like, are you ever gonna pay for it?
5/8 stock from a burn table like he was keeping. That's fucking horseshit. Fucking.
No, it was
300-pound slab of steel.
It's thievery. When you do shit like that, it's thievery. You're a thief. You're just a fucking thief.
I don't mean to trigger about past managers or past higher ups. You know what I mean. That is a funny story.
Fucking rank has its privilege mentality.
I can see that happening.
Fucking stand that
from
shit.
all the shit you told me about that guy. But man, I fucking hate him. I don't even know him. I fucking hate him. What else?
But yeah, like I said, they might bundle all that shit up and send it to the other plant. But the thing was, like, we had no green light to do anything with it, and people started divvying it up like they were theirs. Well, after my manager went around and
that's what I mean. It sounds
took all the names off and everything, some of the maintenance guys were pissed.
Shocker, but it sounds like you work with a lot of dumb people that think that would have flown.
I don't, that's why I don't know what was going on, because I was like...
Somebody said something, probably.
What? What do you mean?
That they were moving, and somebody probably said, hey, free wood. It probably only took one person to think and go, hey, guys, there's some free wood.
Probably.
And then everybody thought, oh, well, let's go put our fucking names on it.
One of the comments I heard was, yeah, well, because this place doesn't care about people, which you can debate.
That's fine.
We're not allowed to have this wood now. And I thought, ooh,
Jesus Christ.
I just fucking ruined somebody's day. But the thing was, like I said, I didn't do anything wrong because they weren't supposed to be putting their names on that shit anyway because we don't know what we can do with it.
Yeah, that's valid for him to feel like that, but at the same time, he's got to realize that any company is going to squeeze the tea for every last drop.
Are you any more fucked than you are now?
Yeah, come on, man. Find another job.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Says.
Alright, so Eric made me write down one name on this list of shit to talk about. I don't fucking know why he did, but I'll go ahead and start off. What's the deal with Kanye?
So,
and have we ever brought him up before on the show?
I've brought him up
in passing,
like talk about how like deranged he might be. But anyway, he got himself in trouble
again.
Remember I told you about he like hard somebody on Twitter like a few months ago, and they banned him for a week.
Yeah.
Well, he got banned again.
Hard.
This was maybe like a month ago or something. He got banned again because he started talking shit about Jewish people.
So just like Kyrie?
The Kyrie thing followed like right after.
Okay.
But then, well, I think Kanye got banned, and then Musk bought Twitter.
Yeah.
And then keep saying Kyrie. Kanye was like back on Twitter, like almost immediately.
Like they unbanned him?
Yeah, I think he was back on. But then he just started going hard at it, and then the whole thing with Kyrie, he posted a link to a documentary or something that was like, it was very pro-black, and I guess it didn't paint the Jewish people in a good light, and that's where all the shit from the NBA came from. I don't know if you picked up on any of that.
Yeah, I did. After you brought it up, I looked into it briefly. I didn't do my due diligence and giant research,
but yeah. So
a lot of research.
Kyrie apologized, and then the fucking NBA issued him like a list of demands.
Yeah,
that were just
unheard of,
fucking crazy. And now the situation has just devolved. LeBron came out and said, "Hey, he apologized. Let him play." and all that. And I agree. LeBron said that
the first thing in a long time we agree with LeBron on.
Still a little bad blood there, I guess. But anyway, LeBron straight up said, the demands are ridiculous or whatever, and I agree 100%. And they suspended Kyrie for at least 5 games. They didn't say indefinite suspension. Usually they say indefinite suspension, but this time they said at least 5 games. It's like, that's an indefinite suspension.
Now, what did he say or post?
He posted a link to this documentary.
I'm gonna have to watch that because I didn't watch that part. But what was so bad? Did you watch the documentary?
No.
What was so bad in there that it pissed Jews off?
I don't know.
Because
I'd have to watch it too. But
I've
just been like, I heard about this and I was like, what the fuck? And then I saw I heard about all the shit with Kanye West and I was like, okay, he's just being crazy. And then I seen the shit with Kyrie and the demands they gave him, and I was like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
I was like, hold up.
You know it's bad when you think it's fucked up.
I was like, this is a bit extreme. Like, this was, he apologized and everything, and I'm like, what the fuck? And now it's just shots getting fired across everybody's bow at this point, man. It is fucking like, there's like, I don't know what's coming, but there's a bunch of other people on Twitter that are coming to their defense saying some crazy shit. But anyway, I've just been watching the whole situation, and it looks like it's getting out of hand. It's like, fuck.
I need to look into it more now.
But it's just kind of one of those, like, shake my head, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I want to know what's said so bad.
Looks like it's gonna fucking blow up.
About the Jews that they went.
I don't know. Well, a lot of people have said, all he did was post a link to a documentary, and they're trying to end his career. And I'm like,
yeah,
fuck.
It's the cancel culture coming back.
The other reason I paid attention to this is because I've always liked Kyrie.
What about the Jews?
When he was in Cleveland and they won the championship and whatnot, and
the shot,
baby,
the shot.
Yeah, he goes toe to toe with Steph Curry and sinks that motherfucker. Oh my god.
I don't know if Steph was on him or...
Steph was on him.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you might want to look that up. I don't want to trust my sports knowledge.
I think it was the other guy, the Greek guy. But
they showed that picture of Kyrie when he was like 15 and he was at that basketball camp that LeBron was putting on. Yeah. I thought, man, that's fucking cool. Kid grows up and he fucking plays with him and they win a goddamn ring for the shittiest fucking town in the Union. Fuck.
Well, okay. A lot of shots fired right there. I don't really know how to... Well, let me sift through your shit. And okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, fuck you. And yeah, okay. The shittiest city in the Union.
I can joke about it, okay? But anyway,
you could try, but yeah.
I've always liked him. And, yeah, it's just...
So you're Team Kyrie for all this.
It's like, huh?
You're Team Kyrie for all this. You're not Team Jews.
Craig. The proportion of backlash that he got
for
posting a link.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But also, isn't the commissioner
it's really
of the NBA Jewish?
Yeah.
That bald fuck?
Yeah.
Who everyone hates anyway.
What the fuck was I gonna say? One of the points I wanted to make was that it looks bad because the backlash has been so huge, and it's like what we talked about the other day about professional athletes doing this heinous shit, and they're still getting to keep their jobs, and then Kyrie posts a fucking link, and now they're trying to end his career.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Like,
yeah.
But like, how do you stop it? No matter what you do, say, act, play, any action you take it's offending people. People are being taught that their feelings are more important than anything else, and if someone rubs you the wrong way or somebody hurts said feelings, they need to be canceled. Or however you want to fucking say it.
There's getting
reparations
canceled.
Or something.
There's getting canceled, and then there's having your life ruined.
I disagree.
Getting canceled off of social media and shit like that is one thing. When people
I look at it as all one big thing.
When people make this their full-time job, and then they get canceled off of every fucking platform, that's like degree farther. And then you got where banks won't let you open an account anymore. People won't work with you. Shit like that. That's like, okay, you've just now been made homeless.
I look
You're
at it
just
as,
fucked.
It's all one big
There's
thing.
like 3 degrees.
Canceled.
It's the same shit. It's just to 3 different degrees. And like, well,
Oh, yeah,
I mean, you
that
can
makes
look at
sense,
can
too.
look at Kanye. You know, all of his deals have dissolved and shit because nobody wants to work with him now and whatnot.
Yeah, but doesn't. I mean, he has more money. I mean, he's
True.
Jesus. Like,
He's what?
Jesus. He's got more money than anybody. Like he can literally try and fuck his career up, and he still has money.
People were pointing out like there's a lot of Bible quotes and whatnot where Jesus says ye, Y-E.
Oh God.
They're like, oh my God, he was talking about ye, Jesus. It's like, what the fuck is going on, man?
No, that's why I mean I look at it as all one big canceling because your life is on display, 24/7 at times, and you're getting canceled. Yes, I agree. There's probably different degrees of it.
Well,
but Kanye's not hurt by anything.
But you look at people like, because there's been, how many people have started doing podcasts or Twitch streaming or, a lot of the people that we know on YouTube and watch and whatnot, how many of them quit their full-time jobs, started doing that full-time because it made them a lot of money?
Yeah, that's the goal.
And then all of a sudden that thread is just cut.
Yes.
Like you're getting all your it's the same thing as losing your job.
It's a big fear.
It's the same thing as losing your job. And
but it rightfully so?
That hurts people. It hurts people hard. It's like, hey, I'm making $10,000 a month doing this YouTube channel or whatever, and then all of a sudden banned for some obscure reason that's never been defined. Banned. Your livelihood's gone.
That's what I mean.
You were making $10,000 a month. Now it's like.
That's what scares me because somebody could look back at my old Facebook posts and probably be like, "This guy was a shitty human being at one point."
I think every person on the planet could probably say that at one point or another.
I know, but that doesn't matter because in that moment, if they want to cancel us based on something I said about the Jews way back then they're gonna do it.
That was another thing that came up during this whole cancel culture bullshit. Is that happened to a lot of people, going back 10, 15 years, saying they said something, and then fucking them up now over it.
Look at Mitch Trubisky. He's the career backup quarterback for Pittsburgh, but he was drafted pretty high for Chicago. Everybody thought he was going to be a starter quarterback, but it turns out he's just a pathetic ass bitch. But he was doing so great, and people actually combed through years of his Facebook. And he had one post that he said he just posted, "I love kissing titties."
That was what he got in trouble for?
That's all he posted.
I remember when he got in trouble. That's what he got in trouble for.
Oh, I don't know if that... I'm assuming... What did you hear he got in trouble for?
Just I don't know the actual...
Yeah. I think that was it. But
yeah, they went back and found something. I don't know what it was.
If that's it, that's not that bad. That is PG at best compared to the shit you're going to find on mine. But that's great. That's hilarious.
I remember...
But yeah,
the only thing I remember posting on Facebook, I haven't been on Facebook in probably 7 years at this point.
Yeah,
the only thing I remember, I went on one drunken tirade against Brian France in the NASCAR establishment. Brian France was like the president CEO or some shit of NASCAR.
Yeah. The Roger Goodell of NASCAR.
Yeah, I went on. I ripped him the fuck apart because
Eric, I don't remember. Like 92% of everybody who would read that would be like, "Who the fuck is this France guy?" Like, yeah. I don't. That's not that bad. I shit on everyone I didn't like at some point. If you deactivate your Facebook, does that hide all that shit, or can somebody still go through all that? Okay.
I think I tried to delete mine, but they make it like very difficult to do. The way to do it's like very obscure.
Like you need a semen sample or something?
Something. And then I gave up. I think it's still active, but I gave up.
I tried searching you the other day and not much came back up. But
what do you mean not much came up?
Like I don't...
Did you like Google search me?
I didn't Google search you. You're not famous or anything.
There's like 4 other people in the Tri-County
but if I search
that have
you,
my name.
If I search it still says we're friends. It 100% still has everything on there. My bad. Because you didn't delete it, right?
Yeah, I gave up.
I'm fucked. Then I would have... If we got some degree of...
Notoriety?
Yeah. And we were getting ready to cash in on that, I would have to delete mine, most likely. I think, just because, and I don't think anything I said wasn't blatant. Like I didn't blast out with some racial slurs or shitting on anybody in particular. I just had really inappropriate ways of being funny as a post back then. That some people would probably misconstrue and read, and for the same reason that you're upset about them going after Kyrie, they would probably try and do that to us based on my posts.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Like I would wake up angry and I would post my feelings on Facebook. Like I was one of those people. But that was the thing to do 10 years ago, you know? Now, I haven't made a post. I share every day, but I haven't made a post in like since my birthday thanking people for that
well,
shit.
I think
that
Facebook, as far as it goes, man, I don't think anybody should really use it unless your phone gets destroyed and you lose your contacts, but everything's cloud backed nowadays. But because I've used it for that before, like because there was a while there where I was going through a phone a year, just from stupid shit happening to it, getting broken and stuff. So finding people and getting their phone numbers back and shit like that. But either that or like if you have a business, use it to advertise and stuff like that. I can see why you would use it. But other than that, man, I don't see any reason to fucking use it anymore.
Well, it's not. I use it to keep track of people that I don't talk to regularly anymore. Our cousin in Tennessee, keep track of him and his family.
I messaged him on Facebook before. He never answered me.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Well, he talks to me.
Oh, he talks to you. Oh, I see who his favorite is.
Did you message him on Facebook Messenger?
I don't remember. It was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
if you haven't had your Facebook for
This
7
was
years.
like 5 years ago.
He didn't start posting regularly until a couple of years ago. You were already gone at that point. Because I think at that point was when our dad got a Facebook. And that fucking dumpster fire happened. Which I don't even know if they did it to communicate together and they communicated through me. Because I don't think they realized how to friend request each other or something. But yeah. Dad did it more just to see all the pictures of Charlie. I don't think it's a networking thing. I think Facebook is... I use it to share funny shit and keep track of people that I haven't talked to in a while and I randomly talk to. I use the Messenger to talk to some people who have shitty service out in the middle of nowhere and can't get a text message through. I think LinkedIn is what people... I got started for networking.
Professionals.
And I think that's like a pathetic excuse. Like, I don't know. I still get updates about... I haven't checked mine in 7-8 years. And I still get... oh, you appeared in 7 searches this week. And I'm like, who the fuck's looking at me on LinkedIn?
I think I have a LinkedIn. I think it was one of those like high school English teacher told us to make a LinkedIn, and that's why it exists.
It's never really caught on. At least, and
I've
somebody could tell us that we're wrong on this. I would be happy. Give us comments on LinkedIn. I want to know if it's still relevant and like people are still like if you're telling me LinkedIn, I never got a job off of LinkedIn. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's networking. How you can find opportunities? What opportunities? All right, it's just like it's like an upper class bougie version of Facebook. I can't show like boob memes and like talk about titty fucking stuff. Like it's just for professionals and like boring shit.
I think a lot of like highly specialized jobs, like tech sector, defense,
engineering,
shit like that.
doctors,
they use it.
That's what I mean. It's too white collar to really adapt to any other platform, and I don't know how. I think it's owned by Meta or whatever, or Zuckerberg. That fucking alien. Yeah, I hope you hear me, you ginger fuck, with your stupid nipples and your beady eyes like a doll's eyes. That dude is a weird fucking human being. I use that term loosely.
Yeah, he's a strange one.
Fucking crab person from the depths of hell.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I take it too far? Do you?
No, I don't give a fuck.
Okay. I see he's a money grubbing whore.
No, well, I mean, Facebook started as a ripoff of MySpace, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But nobody knows much about that Tom fucker because I think he sold it for, 200 mil?
Remember, we had
300 million? Maybe it was like 2 bill. I don't know.
we had a friend. I remember him telling me, like, I wasn't. This was like middle school, and I don't remember, or like I was never into. It took me years.
I thought MySpace was
It took me
dope.
years and years before I even started a Facebook account. I was not into the whole social media thing because I didn't give a fuck what anybody was doing. I didn't give a fuck about them knowing what I was doing.
That's fair.
But I remember we had a friend that was like, yeah, in his free time, he would just start MySpace accounts to talk shit about Tom until he got banned by Tom.
Yeah.
And then he'd start another account. Because every time you start an account, it had Tom as your first friend.
I'm pretty sure that cat made out. Like, he sold it. Well, so did the Facebook. Zuckerberg sold it too, right? No? He still runs all
I
that
think
shit?
yeah, he still runs it. He's still majority owner, maybe. I don't know.
I was confused by that movie because did he steal that or?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it again because I'm still kind of confused on how that all.
That curly-headed fuck Justin Timberlake started Napster and shit, and like that guy was a cold-hearted scumbag, wasn't he?
I don't remember. I gotta go back and watch it again.
That's fair.
Because they try to explain like how it's gonna be different and shit. Because it was the Winklevoss twins.
That's
they
what
had
I
the
mean.
idea. And there was a part where they're like, "How's that any different than MySpace or Friendster?" And I don't remember what
Those
the
cunts
answer
were
was.
already rich though, so they were just doing it.
Yes, they were trust fund babies.
Oh God. I don't know. I see that.
Played
guy's
by Armie
face.
Hammer.
Yeah, one guy.
Yeah, he played both of them.
Yeah.
That's cool how they can do shit like
I'm
that.
sorry, but if I hear the name Winklevoss and that's your last fucking name, like we have nothing in common. Go away. My name is Timothy Winklevoss the Third. Like fuck you already. Like okay.
You're a long way from home, boy.
You know, my name's Craig. Like get the fuck out of here.
I'm fucking Craig.
Craig Christ. Craig Christ. Winklevoss. Just rich people's names in general is weird.
Famous people's names. What famous people name their kids?
No, we're not going to get into that because I don't want banned after 25 episodes.
25?
Not even because Eric, it's because not just famous people are naming their kids stupid shit. Everybody is naming their kids stupid shit. All right. If my kid's in your kid's class and your kid's name is fucking Lavender, I don't. What do you want to happen to that?
I don't
kid?
know if that's. I wouldn't rank that like anywhere near the bottom.
Lavender.
Lavender. That's.
What's the stupidest fucking name you've heard?
I was thinking about that guy in Akron. I don't want to talk shit about him because he died, but his name was Iron Cannon.
That's a great name.
Uh,
Tank Carter played for the Browns.
Tank.
I like Tank.
Tank.
We literally had a
Tank's
great
better than
uncle
Iron.
named Boss. That's fucking crazy.
I don't know. I always thought that was dumb too.
Ah, that was dope. They were way ahead of their time.
No.
And it's not even that. It's the spelling. When people name like a normal thing, and then like they fuck up the spelling by like adding Y's and S's and shit. That pisses me off too.
That's probably because they were shit-faced when they filled out the birth certificate.
God, that's stupid as fuck.
I had a friend whose dad was shit-faced when he filled out his, and he said he checked every fucking, like, race and ethnicity on there.
Oh God.
I asked him about it. I'm like, why the fuck did he do that? Because he was
This
a
is
drunk
my
piece
son.
of shit.
His name is Brooks Anthony. What? That's fucking stupid. My kid. Oh, come here, Pompey. Come here, Pompey. Bro, you know that city burned, right? Like, it's not fucking cool. Like, Jesus. Like, what happened to Dick? Just give me a good, stout, standing dick. Just give me Dick.
Willie.
That's all I want. Dick over there playing with blocks, interacting
Good old
with all the other
Richard
kids.
Lips.
Dick. Who's that? That's Dick. What's his last name? Smith. That's a fucking American. Dick Smith. Sounds like a fucking auditor or something.
You just got dick.
A home inspector. I'm Dick Smith. Or an anchor. News anchor. I'm Dick Smith. This is your news, Philadelphia.
I'm Dick Smith.
Shit still
Fox
sucks.
8 News.
But at least we got the Eagles.
Fucking Eagles.
Oh, Dick Smith. No. What are some other? I mean, we could fucking expand on that. I don't want to get too close to people we may or may not know. I don't want to shit off. I don't want to shit on, and then somebody goes, "Oh, you know, my kid's name is fucking keyboard." I don't know. You know what I mean? Keyboard Johnson. Oh, does he like computers? Nah. Well, what's he do? Corn? What? Fuck. You are seeing less and less of that, though, especially us having a kid in school. Again, I don't want to shit on anybody because most of the kids in his class have normal names.
Well, that's my fucking beanie here again. So I've been freezing all week.
Oh, was that yours?
Yeah. Keep leaving it here.
Could have just grew your hair out like a man. I'm just kidding.
Working on it.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't have to shit on names if you don't want to. That's fine.
I don't know. It's just.
What else you got? Books lately?
I haven't read a book in years.
Yeah. I don't know. What current events? Oh, is there any? I don't want to get too political, but the outcome of the midterms was that good?
No fucking
bad?
shit show.
Was it a shit show? Okay.
They're still having trouble in Maricopa County, Arizona, which I thought after 2 years maybe they'd get their fucking shit together, but yeah, it's I don't know what to think of it. I mean, Ohio went fucking hard red, which
Really?
yeah, like hard. I thought Ohio was like on the verge of being a purple state. No, it went fucking hard red. The 2 ballot initiatives passed, which I think is good. The one for, when they're judging bail. And, what was the other one? Oh, yeah. Requiring you to be a citizen to vote.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think that's...
A given?
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
Maybe people should employ logic when they think.
No. You're asking too much.
But no, it passed overwhelmingly, so I think that's good. I can't believe a bunch of people fucking voted no on that. But yeah, Arizona is fucked up. Nevada's fucked up. Georgia went to a runoff. It was Herschel Walker versus Raphael Warnock.
Herschel Walker, like the running back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He
Did he win?
when he started running or whatever, I was like, I know I fucking heard that name before.
Yeah.
And then they said he was
Super famous.
he was a running back, or he was a football player, and so yeah, they were fucking neck and neck, and neither one of them got 50%, so they got to go to a runoff. So now they're back on the campaign trail, campaigning again. Nevada was coming down to the wire; it was extremely close. Arizona Senate, the Arizona Senator race, Mark Kelly. One of the Kelly brothers won.
I don't fucking know. I'm just nodding over
He was an astronaut. That's all I got. He was an astronaut.
So obviously vote for him, right?
I think a lot of his support was because he used to be an astronaut.
I'm a fucking astronaut.
But yeah, he won the senator race. The governor race was the one that had me fucked up because I thought Kerry Lake was going to win in a landslide.
Against who?
Katie Hobbs was the Democrat. Kerry Lake was a Republican. I'm not somebody who deep throats Republicans or anything. Like, I would definitely classify myself as more like conservative values. Really, I fucking hate both parties. I think our entire system is fucking
being
trash.
an American.
But anyway, but when you look at like the race that they had, Kerry Lake was kind of the candidate that like anybody would want, and she did really good. And I think I don't think they had a debate. Katie wouldn't debate her. Yeah, Katie was talking shit about grabbing guns and leaving the border open and shit like that. And like, I really don't care what party you're in. Like, there's a lot of logical shit that Carrie Lake wanted to get done that I thought would have appealed to a lot of people, but that race is like neck and neck. Like there's only like 30,000 votes separating them or something like that. But anyway, so I'm really kind of disappointed that so many people voted for Katie Hobbs. It's kind of fucked up. But then again, there's a lot of stupid motherfuckers in this country. But like, the Pennsylvania Senate race, I wouldn't have voted for Oz. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oz?
Dr. Oz ran against
Oh
John
my
Fetterman.
god, I thought that was a joke.
No, he actually ran, but like, that's what I'm saying.
The fucking poo doctor?
Like, he was the one that was collecting tax credits that were meant for farmers. Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't have voted for him.
Which party did he?
He was a Republican candidate.
Oh god, that makes so much sense.
But yeah, that race, I'm glad it was in Pennsylvania because that was just fucked. But yeah, the Carrie Lake versus Katie Hobbs really fucking pisses me off because I feel like the Democrats are just kind of selling everybody up the river. And they're all fucking creaming themselves because Gen Z came out in droves and voted like 10-1 Democrat, which you can expect that from children.
Alright, well, that's enough of that.
What did you know when you were 18?
I was pretty good at math.
Yeah? Were you?
Yeah, I was pretty okay with math.
Yeah, I don't feel like ran politics anymore.
I could definitely run when I was 18. I stood up today and I felt like I'd rather die than take a step. That's kind of sucks. I don't know, dude. Like I said, I think it's the weather. It's getting old. It's being fat. I can't. It's hard to like take the initiative to work out when every movement you do is like stabbing butter knives in your fucking hip. But it is what it is. Got a little bit of snow today, which I know we briefly talked about, but it signifies, what is today? The 12th of November. Remember?
The
12th of November. Fucking A. V for Vendetta.
You know that's not the date from the movie, right?
No. What is it?
I think it's the 8th.
8th of November.
Or 5th.
5th of November.
Yeah, 5th of November.
No, for a second you had me fucking like, oh my god, I didn't nail that right on the tits. You seen any good movies lately?
Did you watch Enola Holmes too?
No, not yet.
Damn.
I started the Warrior Nun over because I want to get that whole. I really liked that. I thought that was a good.
That one about magic and shit.
Plot. Eric, throw a fucking dart, and this shit's about magic. Yeah, it's not like magic.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
Enola Holmes wasn't about magic.
It was.
It was about terrorism.
The magic between Henry Cavill and. Are they dating?
I don't know. I hope not.
I saw something online.
Think she's of age.
Oh, she's like 19 or 20, but he's like this manly. He's mythic to me. I think he's like
kind of mythic.
A Greek fucking god. I love him so much. Especially, The Witcher was dope because he put on like 30 more pounds for The Witcher. But when you saw him cut for Superman, I think he was one of the best Superman. One of the best actors to play Superman. I don't know. The dude's just, I fucking love him. Like,
I don't know. Well, other than Dean Cain, I don't know any of the names.
Dean Cain.
Or there was
Jesus Christ.
Christopher Reeves played Superman.
Well, yeah, that was fine, but that was
Didn't he?
fucking a long time ago, and then he fell off a horse. But we've never really had a decent.
I forgot that's how he got
portraying him.
paralyzed. I think you're right. I forgot that's how it went down.
I always remember that because Mom told us like not to ride horses because Christopher Reeves fell off one and was paralyzed. And I thought that was such an irrelevant fear because we weren't around horses that often. That was an issue. That's why I remember that.
Yeah, we were a little too suburban for that.
Hey, well, who could own a fucking horse?
Actually, you get horses for pretty cheap.
Yeah, but maintaining them and like
That's
medicine.
That is
and
true.
Procedures
the vet
on
bills
horses
and
is
shit.
stupid.
That's right.
Plus, they eat a lot, and their feed gets expensive too.
Well, you feed them hay. You get hay for
Then you got
$2 to $3 a bale.
You
and
got to
eat a
show
bale
them.
a day.
Do you know what a farrier
So you're probably
costs?
paying for hay. You're paying like $1,000, but it's the vet bills that get
A
you.
farrier to come out is expensive too. Because you got to shoe them, and then you have to shoe them every season and stuff. I think
Somebody I used to
know.
work with told me, get donkeys. They're a lot hardier. You don't have to watch their diet.
They're like the goat of the horse world.
They're good animals if you have like chickens and stuff because they kind of they keep an eye on shit.
Do you know honestly how I didn't know this?
Get a donkey for like $500. I'm gonna have 2 of them here tomorrow.
Well, you gotta watch them because they get super aggressive towards people too if they're not broke in. But I didn't know this, but out west when they have, well, actually in the south, everywhere, if they have animals that predators will pick off very easily, like sheep. People that have sheep and goats that can't defend themselves from coyotes, they actually get 1 or 2 donkeys because they're cheap and they eat whatever, and they don't want to get the expensive breed of dogs to constantly out there to check them.
Yeah.
So they get 1 or 2 donkeys to sit in the field with these sheep, and they follow the sheep.
Yeah, they'll go up and curb stomp foxes and shit.
And the foxes you just have to worry about with the baby sheep. But the donkeys will sleep out there with the sheep, and if they have such great hearing that if they hear anything in distress, they actually bite coyotes. They'll draw coyotes in, and coyotes think like, oh, it's just like a baby horse or something. Here's a nice easy meal, and then they actually clamp onto the back of the neck of the coyote and they flick them around and break their neck, and then they kick them and then they shit stomp them. And they get them in real. It's fucking hilarious because they have a natural hatred for coyotes instilled in them, and it's fucking donkeys they're kind of like fascinating, like retarded horses, but like they carry less weight. But yeah, very protective of smaller livestock too. Fascinating, fascinating creatures.
So I want to get some donkeys someday.
Donkeys would be cool. Maybe
get a couple of them.
I still feel like a vet bill for now. Donkeys have like a hardier immune system, but I feel like a vet bill for a donkey is gonna be like very expensive too. And I think you have to shoe them too. They're harder. They're harder to put in the machine to like shoe them and stuff because they're very stubborn. Like when they don't want to fucking move, and when they hate people, they hate people. It's hilarious.
Do you have to shoe them now?
I think you have to shoe horses. I thought you would have to shoe donkeys too, but I could be wrong. I watched those videos.
They didn't always used to shoe horses either, right?
For a long time, yeah.
I mean, I don't know when that.
You don't want
whole
the
thing
splitting of
started.
the hoof on like uneven ground. That's what helps hold it all together.
I always thought it had to do with them like walking on like stone and
Yeah.
roads and shit.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want the hoof to split.
Tear their hooves up, but I don't fucking know. I'm not an expert in horses.
I watched this farrier video. I don't know why, but they're fascinating to me when they're cleaning them up and then putting the shoe on.
Oh yeah, they like shave around the edges and shit.
Yeah,
put
take
it
all
on
that
there,
gunk
tack 'em
off.
in, and then they round off the
inner part, and then when they punch the nails through, they actually like bend them and then clip them back into the rest of the hoof. So yeah, it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
One of those is weird. I love horse. I think I'm a little bit allergic to horses because when I would go ride out at my friend's house at out in like Sugar Creek, it was every time like I was around the horses for more than 20 minutes, my eyes would puff out and I wouldn't like be able to drive home right. My contacts would get all fucked up, and the one hit me in the face with his tail, and I think some of the dander got in my eye, and I had to come home and like sleep it off. Like it was fucked up.
One of the I don't want to describe it because I don't want to give anything away, but we have something we use at work. I think I might be allergic to because there's this one portion of the line. If I
Is it
spend
shitty people?
if I spend too much if I spend more than 10 minutes hanging out by this one part of the line, I start getting flu-like symptoms.
Oh, okay. Is it a chemical, like a liquid?
Yeah, there's like a. Yeah, it ends up in the air.
You guys use like fiberglass products and stuff like that. A lot of people.
Well, there's that too.
A lot of people are actually allergic to that, or they can't fuck with that. It makes their skin break out real bad.
Well, you get the particles. You get the fine particles, and they're rough, right? They're like little spike balls.
Yeah, they tear you up.
It gets into your skin that's like basically doesn't come out.
Yeah.
Until your skin sheds off. But
when I worked at ARE,
that's what it is. So when you got a rash, it's because the fucking dust or whatever got on you. It just fucks up your pores. And
when I worked at ARE, a lot of the ones that we did were exposed fiberglass, and that was
I didn't know you worked there.
Yeah, I worked midnights there for a while.
Oh.
Not very long. It was a temp job. They paid me like shit, and it was a dumpy place to work. It was, talking about the scummiest of the scum, dude. It was bad. But yeah, I worked in. They called the pit, which was like wet sanding and prepping to go into paint.
Okay, I think I remember now.
And then I did.
Remember you mentioning that?
I had painting experience from I was like iCar and automotive ASE, like all that stuff from high school. I was certified and all that, and they hired me and they said, okay, we're gonna put you in the paint booth. And I was like, okay. Well, my first fucking night, they put a stack of masking tape in my hand and said, here, take these caps off as they come out of the pit. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be painting. And they were like, oh no, you got to do this first. For 2 weeks, they didn't let me paint, which was what I got promised to do. And I was like, no, fuck this, I'm out. That was a very brief time there. Pay was not good.
You have to, when you powder coat stuff, you have to furnace cure it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Evenly. That was always the hard part. It also depends, like the type of powder coating you're using. Mm-hmm. Some is like quick cure, some need to bake for a while, and then some are very dependent on the prep that you do before you cure it.
I was thinking about powder coating parts and stuff. What all goes into that? So the powder coating comes out real nice if you do it right.
Yeah,
it's really hardy.
I did a lot of rims.
Yeah,
I did a lot of great job. I'm like, we did like grading and stuff, but we did like side projects where like what we were kind of, if we had gaps, they would have us hang rims and do. I did a set of Kawasaki green rims, dude.
Oh yeah.
It came out fucking perfect. I did a bunch of Jeep bumpers for a bunch of friends too, like the rough country and the high lifters and stuff like that. Custom bumpers that you needed to like. I had to like spray up and in with a handgun. You couldn't let the automatics get it. But yeah, I did a nice, coolest one I did was a matte black Jeep bumper with like a winch guard, winch box on it, and I had to cover every inch of it. And it was real goofy because you could only, you could only go so far out from the middle to properly cure something in our ovens because there was a line.
Yeah.
So if you went too far, you're basically melting it off there. If you went, too close, it would come out with powder still on it, so it wasn't cured all the way. So I actually ran it a couple times. It came out real beefy looking. I think the guy paid me like $60 or something. Yeah, it was cool. That was cool. I did a couple like shelves and like racks. But yeah. That's about it. We're at 104. Gonna tell the people where to find us, Eric.
You can find us at Spotify, Amazon Music, Deezer, Ghana. Video will be uploaded to YouTube. Eventually, I'm gonna start porting our shit over to Rumble.
Audio will be uploaded here shortly in a little bit.
Yeah. You can find us on TikTok at HarmsWay8993, on Instagram at HarmsWay Podcast.
TikTok's got a bunch of new shit up there.
Yeah,
give us a check, give us a look, give us a like.
We're gonna start doing that more frequently.
Yeah. Instagram too. All the same stuff's on there. But TikTok, we're gonna definitely try and both of them we're gonna keep up. We're trying to do 10 a week, something like that.
Something like
5 to 10
that.
a
I
week.
mean, I clipped out. Excuse me.
I think it was episode 23 and 24. I did clips from those, and I already ended up with like 12. So I'm like, yeah, just when we get to a certain threshold, I'll dump them off to you. And
Just bring them over tomorrow.
multiple cameras. Going to be getting in the near future.
Yeah.
I might try to set us up with like mounts and stuff so we can do.
Fourth microphone?
Yeah, fourth microphone should be here tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to start having 2 guests on.
Not every time.
No.
but
But we're going to try it out first. Probably first couple times, just to make sure audio's good and everything. And then, yeah, it
sure.
gives us a little more expansion to be able to do
Editing too.
force stop. Yeah,
Make
force
sure
stop.
editing's not too much of a bear. But yeah, the chair will be here next weekend. But
Cool,
yeah,
cool.
that'll be the next phase, is getting some more cameras, start playing around with that. I know in Lightworks we can do like a 4 grid setup. I think after that, maybe experimenting with some live shows or something too. Maybe after the holidays.
On what? What platforms?
On YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about how they do it. So
We'll do
once
some more research
We'll
next
start
couple
learning
weeks.
how to do that and whatnot. So maybe we'll do a live show one night, just you and me, and see how just figure out how to set it all up.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all I got.
Sounds great. All right. Yep. That's all we got for now. Tune in tomorrow for another awesome episode. Give us a like, comment,
Subscribe.
subscribe.
It always helps.
Show us love, because you know we got love for you. Appreciate everything. Thanks for listening, guys. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.